Is it somebody right on my core? This is the moment you're meant to know.
Like time through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Am I on theme for Taylor Swift's wedding? Yes, the wedding that I did not think that was going to happen over the weekend, but however, to not my surprise, there was a whole lot of drama and chaos going around the Taylor Swift wedding, and it just didn't seem to go as she had planned, no matter how much she tried to make it go as she planned. Now, before I run down what had happened at the wedding, let me just talk about let me just talk about the wedding in general before I start talking about all these things that happened around it. Well, first and foremost, there was apparently approximately 1,000 attendees at the wedding. So that number where I had reported that it was supposed to be like 100 people attending, maybe that's like of close friends. However, I'm going to get a list too of just that short list of people that were there. Like I said, it was about 1,000, and here I maybe listed 15. So I tried to get everybody, even from Travis Kelce's world, but the video that I had to see watching just listed off Taylor Swift's. Everything was surrounded by Taylor Swift. Am I surprised? No. But hey, before I even get into that, there was apparently 1,000 people there, and of those people, we have. I'm just going to name these people. We have Larry Welsh, Carly Close, who was apparently a friend with Taylor, but was an ex-friend. Now they've rekindled their friendship. That's kind of drama. Ed Sheeran, did I hear it right? Ethan Hawke, Selena Gomez, Ice Spice, a prime minister, I believe. He went to one of her concerts, and then he shouted her out. And then Taylor Swift somehow became close and then invited him to this party. It was kind of suspicious and weird, but, I will get down to one thing that I heard. Gracie Abrams was there, Bowie Yang, Tate Murray, Benson Boulon. Wow, okay. Jenny Han, Dakota Johnson, Machine Gun Kelly, Camila Cabello, Kelsey Bellhorn, Miranda Lambert, who was somebody that Taylor Swift looked up to, as well as Jenny Han, who wrote books that Taylor Swift really enjoyed, as well as there was a producer there that inspired Taylor Swift's visionary artwork. He was there as well. I forget his name, but I did hear him in passing. Jessica Alba, Tree Payne, and then from Travis camp, we have Ross Travis, we have Kareem Hunt, Matthew Stafford. Okay. And then here are some other people that were just like rapid fire that I heard, like Donald Glover, J-Lo, Millie Bobby Brown, Suki Waterhouse, Chris Rock, Jimmy Fallon, just to name a few. Like I said, this was a very extensive list. But guess who wasn't there? Which I'm not surprised. Blake Lively. Yes, Blake Lively was not there. And apparently Blake Lively and Taylor Swift has apparently officially ended their friendship. So the wedding was the fine stance, because this is what I heard from somebody within Taylor Swift's camp, is that because allegedly this is the drama that happened. There was an NDA. Everybody that was there had to sign an NDA because Taylor Swift wanted this so private, be in amongst just a close knit of friends. Because you're going to hear what was going on around. What was the alleged theme? We don't know. We don't have pictures, but this is what the alleged themes everybody is talking about. However, what we do know for sure is that Taylor Swift wanted a really private, a wedding to herself with people that love and support her. She had it at Madison Square Garden on July 3rd. So the day after I did the reading, which went up on July 2nd, but I think I did the reading on July 1st. But anyway, all that being said, it was around that week and I knew I had to get it out because the 4th of July was just that Saturday. And now We're coming off of the 4th of July weekend, which was kind of chaotic, period. Did anybody's plans get rained on at Taylor Swift's wedding? I'm saying it rained on 4th of July. But anyway, I don't know how that went for what they did for the 4th of July, but on the 3rd, it was still kind of showery and rainy, but I'm not here to talk about the weather. But it was at Madison Square Garden. I mean, it was an indoor wedding anyway, so it wouldn't really damper anybody's parade. However, Adam Sandler had officiated this wedding. Congratulations to Adam Sandler for that. I didn't realize he had a license for that, but I'm always Adam Sandler ceases to amaze me, honestly. He just always pulls a magic rabbit out of his hat. Now, apparently, the theme around the wedding, like I said, close-knit, want people around me, because whoever broke the NDA, Taylor Swift's camp, is definitely combing through that 1,000 guest list to figure that 1,000 person guest list to figure out who was it that was leaking pictures, that somehow the Daily Mail got video footage. So because of that, it's just like who took pictures when they weren't supposed to. It was a strict no phone policy, and also it's just for security purposes. All that being said, whoever leak those video footages and pictures, just know you are forever out of Taylor Swift's circle, because Taylor really, trust is everything to Taylor Swift. So by breaking your NDA, you broke your trust, you broke your word, and it's hard to ever trust you again. So because of that, I can't have you around my circle, Blake Lively. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that Blake Lively was the one that did, because she wasn't there, but I'm just saying that's how that was that clear indication line of, I don't trust you, Blake. You're not at my party. So it's a clear, I trust you. I want you in my circle. I know you got my back and you got my back, because this is the Taylor Swift and the Travis Kelce wedding, where allegedly there's large blow up balloons or pictures. I'm not sure how they did this, of Travis and Taylor Swift throughout their childhood up to their adulthood. And then I'm assuming this wedding's supposed to be that next chapter when they finally meet together and create more futures together. You see how they're blending the time? I told you. Yes, I'll give Travis Kelce his props for the things that he would have added into this, but it's Taylor Swift. You see how creative that is? You, Travis, me, Taylor, our story of us coming together and how our paths meet, how we ended up getting married together. See, I told you it was just going to be beautiful, poetic, and everything, all about that. And I'm just not surprised. And apparently, fans are upset and calling it tacky that Taylor Swift had a Taylor Swift wedding where she allegedly performed. I'm not sure how true that is, where she allegedly walked down the aisle to an orchestra version of one of her songs. So, hey, it's Taylor Swift's moment. It's Taylor Swift's wedding. Let her have her moment. This is exactly why she wanted it private, so nobody would judge her. Because people around her, the ones that trust, know, and love her, get it. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of message that she seems to be communicating. But hey, who knows? It's Taylor's wedding. It's her moment. We should have let her have that, no matter how much we want to have that kind of information. We should have let her have that. And I'm sorry to whoever broke their NDA. Well, thank you for getting us that news. But B, I'm sorry you just happened to favor the public more and end up getting yourself out of Taylor Swift's circle, because that's a circle that seems to be hard to get in. Speaking of which, let's talk about how, as you see a picture up right here of the wedding invitation. And this is Travis Kelce's brother's best friend from childhood. So I guess it's like they're both kind of friends, because that's why he's at the wedding. But it's really his brother's friend that took a picture of this invitation. And then you see him. I mean, it's okay to post up pictures. Selena Gomez did it too. You can show us you getting glammed in the designated vehicle that Taylor Swift had for each and one of you coming out of the Ritz-Carlton, was it? So because of that, Taylor Swift made sure her guests were well treated. They were at the Ritz, and they each got their own personal vehicle for themselves. And so, each of them was posting up. Selena Gomez was, but the same person who posted the pictures of the wedding invitation is also posting up as he's getting ready to come to the wedding. I'm just saying, it's a whole mess. Like I said, there's a whole lot going on, backlash, all that, and that tells me exactly how I was feeling. A bit of trepidation, a bit of bad health, message of concern, seven of Pentacles kind of energy of. I'm like, see, I was feeling temperamental about it, and it seemed like it was because it was high stress, it was high tension, and it was all about seeing how things would play out for their wedding. It seems like that's, in hindsight, how that played out, that Seven of Pentacles in her future. It was waiting to see how the wedding will play out as they envision and as everyone's envisioning. It was kind of up in the air because there was so much going on energetically, cosmologically. Like I said in that video, and I'll say it again in this one, America's sweetheart getting married on 4th of July weekend cannot be more symbolic than that. And this 4th of July weekend was the 250th anniversary of us being a country, an anniversary, and Taylor Swift gets married during that. However, there was a whole lot of chaos going around the 4th of July weekend anyway, period, but that's besides the point. Maybe that's another reason why there was a whole lot going on with Taylor Swift's wedding, because there was just a whole lot going on, period, in the atmosphere. But hey, I'm not here to bring that up. I'm here to talk about her wedding and to see how is Taylor now feeling after the wedding. It is now the 6th going on the 7th, so it's been about 3 full days. So let's see how Taylor Swift doing after the wedding chaos. Okay. The 5 of Pentacles just honestly couldn't wait to come out. Not the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups. Let's see what the block is, because there was a whole lot of drama and problems. 2 of Wands. Okay. Foundation, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. All the cards were very fitting up until the future card. Again, Taylor Swift has yet again a Pentacle card in her future. Yet it's not the 7 of Pentacles, it's the 3 of Pentacles, which is all about signing contracts, which yet again has me puzzled again, because I'm like, what do you mean signing contracts after your wedding? But anyway, I will get to that. It's going to maybe unfold and make more sense to me, because it doesn't always have to be about contracts, but it's teamwork, building together and working together. Maybe that's how her and Travis are in this very moment. However, right now Taylor Swift is kind of feeling like the 5 of Cups. Let's break it down. The 5 of Cups. I recently learned, yes, you got 2 cups spilt over. Yes, you have 3 cups spilt over. So it's more negative. It's more chaos. It's more drama surrounding the wedding than you anticipated. But look at the good. There's still 2 cups. 2, 3, almost a perfect balance. And the negative just happened to tip over that day. And so she's feeling the 5 of Cups energy, looking back at the wedding, all that went on. Like I said, she had this vision. She had this dream. She wanted to go a particular way, and it didn't go out that way. However, it still wasn't a disaster wedding. So because of that, she still got the wedding of her dreams, even if it wasn't exactly the wedding of her dreams. And it's kind of hard to have the wedding of the dreams when you are America's sweetheart, but B, when you're like the biggest pop star in the country. Privacy, no privacy. And Taylor Swift really tries to get by on privacy. You remember she snuck away for a few months because her family health problems that she was going on, and we didn't even realize she had snuck away because there was drama and news going on to keep us distracted. So Taylor Swift knows how to get her privacy, her breather, her woosah moments when she needs to, and she wanted this wedding to be one of those, and it wasn't that, but it was almost that. So it's trying to find the brighter side of things, even though it didn't turn out how she wanted it. Now we have the Two of Wands as the block card, which makes me wonder. The Two of Wands usually symbolizes a union, but this Two of Wands is looking out actually at the world with the cat next to you. So honestly, the block card was, as I figured beforehand, the world got in it. Literally, literally as in the world, you see it. That's the block. That's the coming up. The two, Taylor Swift versus the world kind of thing. That's the block. That's the that's the Five of Cups that she's feeling. My wedding wasn't as private as I wanted to be, but some people were able to get glimpses of it. I mean, she's not going to be mad. Nobody's going to sue or doing anything like that, but it's going to be a silent cutoff. So because of that, whoever did that, you're X'd out the group for good. I mean, if you're anything like, was it Close? If you're anything like Carly Close, who's like an ex-friend, I'm not sure their drama, but as long as you don't cross Taylor in the trust department, then it seems like you can rekindle your friendship. But it seems like this one is not going to rekindle. Speaking to who or whoever's, don't know, it could be more than one, that broke their NDAs and was giving us video, some slight video footage, some slight pictures. Some people think they're AI generated. Some people think that these are like real footage pictures, because that's how tight-lipped Taylor Swift wanted her wedding to be. She wanted a little piece to herself that nobody, only the people that she could trust, they're going to be tight-lipped about this, take it to their grave kind of trust, is not going to leak my private special moment. And that's what happened. And so it's like a hurt, a betrayal kind of a sense that the world, I hate to say it, it's that double-edged sword when you're a celebrity. It's like she tried so hard for it to be her own, but then it ended up getting shared with the world anyway. And it's like that, not saying it's the bittersweet of being a pop star. And that's why I said she's not going to be mad, not going to sue anybody, but it is what it is. You now know where we stand. And if you didn't know before, Blake Lively's a good example. So that was just a stamper on the stick of that. That was just Taylor Swift drawing boundaries of who is in her circle. That's why I was surprised Tate Murray and Benson Marone and Ice Spice I could see, but I'm kind of surprised Ice Spice. So like you see all these different people there. Oh, and speaking of which, no bridesmaids and no bridegrooms. However, we had Taylor Swift's brother as man of honor, and Travis Kelce's brother as the best man. So because of that, people thinking that some people were dressing up in matching dresses, and that was the bridesmaid dresses. There was no bridesmaids. So because of that, that's how much Taylor Swift just wanted it to be focused on her family, loved ones, and the union and coming together of her and Travis. That's the whole symbolic meaning of this wedding. That's why I need to be private, because she has kept their relationship, yes, public as they could, but really private behind the closed scenes. We don't know really what conversations they have, but we know they're definitely going strong enough to get committed to marriage, which is all great and all that. But it's the sentiment, it's the idea, it's the energy around it that Taylor Swift wanted to preserve. And because the Two of Pentacles, the block, the gotta give to the world because I am, it was that problem. And her foundation goes back to that. I don't want to say selfish, because usually they say the Four of Pentacles is being selfish, but really it's hoarding, keeping things to yourself, being private, being selective, being secretive, all those different things with belongings that you cherish. It's the pentacle. So this is the things that you cherish, the things that you hold close and dear and near to your heart. This wedding meant everything to Taylor Swift. And now it's the aftermath of dealing with the wedding of her dreams not being the wedding of her dreams. And she tried so hard. She tried so hard. Trust. The Four of Pentacles is kind of like when they say you grip on and you don't know how to let go of that grip. That's that Four of Pentacles. So she held on to this. She tried every which way. Like I said, it was supposed to be in June. They was like, no, June's not going to do it. We got to do it in July. So she planned this. That's why I was like, I feel like I'm like, are they rushing this? But anyway, we have the Four of Swords, which is in their past, which is in her past, which I'm going to assume was before the wedding. We had the Four of Swords, or honestly, it could have been the wedding, because that is her recent past. So the Four of Swords being a sort of a sabbatical, a sort of taking a time out after that wedding. It was draining. It was draining. It was overwhelming, overstimulating, too much going on. This, that, and the third. It's just the Four of Swords is I need a mental break after that wedding, because emotionally I'm all torn up from the flow up, but I'm still holding this memory near me like a treasure. All that, you see the complicatedness of it. So then we're at the Knight of Swords, which is facing the past and is racing and dashing back to the past, reliving, revisiting, thinking it over and over again. But the Knight usually is a delivery of a message. And maybe she's looking, like I said, Five of Cups, 3 spilled, 2 knocked over. Knight of Swords looking back at it in hindsight, even though she was feeling very much those 3 spilt cups over in that moment. That's why she needed that Four of Swords moment. She's now in that 2 of Cups, like the 2 cups that aren't spilt over energy, with the mental reflection and the reflecting back on what had happened and looking at the pros, the cons, the goods and the bads. Like they say, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all of that. Which leads us to the Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. It finally makes sense. At the end, she got her marriage, she got her commitment. That's what matters at the end of the day for her. So regardless if it didn't go the way she planned or dreamt, she's still with the man that loves her, supports her. She still had a moment where she got to be surrounded by 1,000 people that supported both her and her husband. I know I'm talking all about her, but it really was a undertone of, this is a spiritual matrimony where we're going to invoke, Taylor Swift, not both in the fact of being artsy, but just being into the arts. So because of that, it's like I don't want to say it was a ritual in a sense, but a proclamation to, I'm trying to put this in the best way I can, a proclamation to the future that they are both committing 3 of Pentacles to each other. So because of this, it was almost like destiny, like they were meant to be all throughout the years, all throughout the times, all the things that they felt, all the things that they went through. It led them to here, to this moment, to this wedding. And that's what she's going to carry on moving forward when she looks back at those 3 cups spilt over. The 2 of Cups is going to keep her moving forward, positive, happy, thinking about, it was a moment where I forgot to turn the hourglass over, but it's all about a moment for her to got to enjoy a moment, just a moment with people that love, care, cherish her, and getting to share in a moment that she's having with the man of her dreams, of her life, just all those different things. When it's so beautiful, when it's so great, and it's like that fairy tale almost. That's what I'm getting. It's like Taylor Swift finally got her fairy tale. Nothing's perfect. The fairy tale got a little spotted on it, but she's still got her fairy tale, and that's what she's going to walk away with that Three of Pentacles, knowing that the vows, everything that they symbolize, that moving forward here on out, it doesn't matter what happened. It's their love that's going to stand the testimony. But all that being said, let's see how Taylor is feeling for Travis. We have toil and labor. That came out really weird. We have the book, and then we have the dice, and then we have the well. Why are these cards always complicated when it comes to Taylor Swift? Well, anyway, what we see here when it comes to Travis Kelce and how Taylor Swift is feeling towards him, we have toil and labor, which is something that she works on. Like, not saying that it's a bad thing to work on a relationship and loving somebody, but she definitely has put in the time, work, and energy and effort. She's like this, like the wedding is almost like the fruit of her labor in that sense. And the book, secrets kept, we don't know what they've talked about behind closed doors. Like I said, it's like a new chapter, a new phase of their life that they're getting ready to start. And now this is the just T married kind of thing. Now that's the new chapter. That's the new book. Let's see where it's going to go and unfold between them. But of course, it's going to unfold privately for them. That's why we see here the well. It's the deep well. She has first off, like I said, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but as I said before in a previous reading, the wedding was just basically to solidify they already felt married. They have gone through hell and back, up and down, around the world 1,000 times. Like, they've been through it all, honestly, more than we probably know. That hasn't been publicized to the public. So because of that, the work and turmoil shows the time, effort that they both put into each other. And that's where this well comes in, where there's deep layers. There's layers to how she feels for Travis, because he's been there for her, and she's been there for him. So it's like to try to put words to how she feels. It's like the well, because it's like once she finally thinks that she got it, it's like something deeper, more that she can provoke and look into, because she's an artist. She's always searching, wandering kind of energy. And that's where this book is, exploring the books, exploring the pages that are going to come next for their future. And that's exactly the dice that I see here. It's like her taking a chance, taking a risk, a leap of faith almost, because Travis Kelce is kind of different from what Taylor Swift is used to. So because of that, Taylor Swift took a chance, took a risk, and look where it landed her, in a happily ever after that she has been looking for. So with that being said, that's all I got for this reading on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding. Of course, I was going to come back when it was time for the wedding, and I'm glad it was sooner than later. And I'm glad to know that the colors was apparently green, peach, and white. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed that video. That's why I said, am I on theme for Taylor Swift's wedding? I didn't have peach. I really would have worn a peach. The closest I could have gotten to a peach was an orange and a pink, which if I could have just put the two colors together, I would have had peach. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I didn't feel like wearing white because that's so cliche for weddings. So I'm like, I can do green, especially because it's florally, it's light, it's airy. Why not? So with that being said, it's giving spring, summer, liveliness. So green, pentacles. So all of that, I was channeling it and evoking for Taylor Swift. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Please give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you have subscribed already and become a beautiful sunflower. And spread those beautiful sunflower seeds, because you never know where it's going to land and live and lead people to positive opportunities and outcomes that they are looking for. Maybe you can help somebody accomplish and achieve their dreams by just being a little bit more happier and giving them that positive boost that they just need to get through that day. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I sure did. Please give this video a thumbs up. And you know what I said before I go, because I've already said it all. Hype, hype, Hype us up, subscribe to us, and don't forget to thumb us up. Hey, sunflowers.